A few weeks ago, I got a variable ND filter by a company called Comlight, which I did a review on. And I still think for 160 bucks, it's an okay option. But unfortunately, it has two issues. One of them is that there's a slight color shift when you use it. And the second one is that when I use it with an ultra wide angle lens, sometimes I notice some mushiness on the corners and the edges of the frame. Now, there's this other company called Meike, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, which were kind enough to send me out their variable drop-in ND filter. And right off the bat, I can tell you that this is a better value for money than the Comlight one, because not only do they give you the ND filter, but they also give you the clear filter, which Canon charges $100 for. So in total, you're paying 160 bucks for this, whereas the Canon one is gonna cost you $600 if you include the clear filter. And if this thing can produce the same results that the Canon one can, then that's amazing. I love it when companies reproduce a product and they don't charge an arm and a leg for it like the original manufacturer, and they actually make it affordable. So anyways, let's go outside so we can test this bad boy out. Let's go. Yo, what's up guys? All right, we're out here. I got the EOS R with me, boom. And I got the Meike, whatever, I don't know, however to say it, variable ND filter on the EOS R. And mainly what I'm looking for is to see if the autofocus works properly, if there's any color shift, if the sharpness is affected at all by the drop-in variable ND filter. And the last thing is if there's any ugly X pattern. All right, so first things first, let's check out this autofocus. So I'm just gonna move it around a little bit. So here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, still got my face, still tracking. So it looks like the autofocus is functioning good. So let me pop this clear filter in right quick. This is the autofocus with the clear filter. Boom, 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 boom. Still got me? Yep, still got me. Autofocus looking good. Actually, I'll get some videos and photos of this landscape. And let's pop that clear filter in there so we can see if there's any color shift. Another thing I noticed when I was doing a review on that Comlight drop-in ND filter is that when I was vlogging like this, sometimes the edges of the frame would look a bit blurry. So this is without the ND filter, so check the edges of the frame to see if they seem sharper or not. I'm gonna pop the ND filter back in. Check for an X pattern on this landscape. Oh, I don't see any X pattern on the screen, but we'll have to go home, go back to the studio, check it out on the computer. All right, see you guys back in the studio. So before I give you my conclusions about this drop-in ND filter, I need you to do a few things for me. First, go ahead and smash that like button. Second, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And third, hit that little bell icon so that you're notified when I put out future videos. I appreciate that, guys. So after reviewing all the footage, here's my conclusion. The only advantage I can give to the $600 Canon drop-in ND filter over this Meike filter is that the Canon one is weather sealed. Other than that, personally, I can't find any legit reason why I would get the Canon one over this filter. When I look at the footage, it looks nice and sharp. The autofocus functions fine, and I don't see that extreme color shift that I saw in the Comlight filter. And if there was any minor color difference between the footage with the filter and without, it probably had more to do with me adjusting the settings of the camera, such as the ISO and the aperture, trying to get the exposure to match rather than the color shift caused by the ND filter. Nevertheless, if you want to get extremely technical and make sure that it's an exact match, you could always use a gray card to make slight adjustments to your white balance to get the color dialed in perfectly. But for me, I don't really see no need, because from all the variable ND filters that I've used, this is one of the best performers in terms of color consistency. And I didn't see any blurriness on the edges of the frame like I was seeing with the Comlight filter. But to be fair, I've only had this for a few weeks, so if I do notice anything like that in the future, I'll make sure to update in the comments section. And thank God I didn't see any ugly X pattern that you see sometimes when using these screw-on variable ND filters. So who's this drop-in ND filter for? Well, if you're using an EOS R, EOS RP, R5, R6, or any RF mount camera, and you're tired of having to purchase different sized variable NDs for all of the different lenses that you got, or maybe you own a lens like the one I'm shooting on right now that has a bulbous front element, so you can't attach any screw-on filters to it. In any of those cases, I think this is an awesome solution. And me personally, I don't need weather sealing that bad to pay $500 for the Canon drop-in ND filter, or in actuality, $600 if you include the clear filter. And the reason you need the clear filter is because, you see, sometimes you want to be able to take out the ND filter without having to remove the adapter. And when you do that, you're gonna have this big old hole on the side of the filter, which is gonna allow dust and other things like that to get onto your sensor. So to avoid that, what you would do is you would just put this clear filter in so it covers up that hole. Now to me, it's kind of crazy that Canon wants to charge you $100 for this little piece of plastic right here, but it is what it is. So anyway, the Meike one already comes with the clear filter, and it also comes with this convenient little box so that when you switch out your filters, you got somewhere to keep them in. So I left links in the description below for this Meike END filter, which is an amazing solution for shooting outside in bright sunlight. But if you want to level up your indoor footage in the studio by giving your lens an extra stop of light, which is going to give you more bokeh and cleaner footage, then I highly recommend that you check out this video right here where I review the Viltrox speed booster for RF mount cameras, which pretty much acts like steroids for your lens. So if you got any questions for me, or if you just want to say what's up, leave me a comment down in the comment section. So I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your boy Fulan, and I'm out. Peace.